So Beezie and I are going to give you an overview of how that whole completeness theorem, which we're actually done proving, we're going to give you an overview of how it works. Okay, so Beezie is going to be helpfully out of the way over there. Good boy, but he's right there, so don't worry. Okay, and now we're going to come over to the board where, here we go, we've got this proof. So just to recap, we had to prove that every consistent set is satisfiable. So if a set is consistent, then it's satisfiable, and that is one way to phrase the completeness theorem. We started out with sigma right here as a consistent set, and we wanted to show that it was satisfiable. And the first thing that we did was we added lots of stuff to it. So much stuff, so much super confusing stuff. Don't worry about it. It doesn't really matter for this high-level overview what exactly we added or how. But what we did end up with is we ended up with a maximal, consistent, saturated set, and we called that set gamma. So we added a whole bunch of stuff to sigma, and then we ended up with gamma. So the fact that we started out with sigma and added things to it means that sigma is a subset of gamma. So that means that everything that was in our original set sigma is still in this maximal, consistent, saturated set gamma. Okay, that was the first part of the proof. That's the stuff that we mostly did in class. Now, what we did after we ended up with this set gamma is we constructed a structure, which we have called M gamma, and a variable assignment, which we called S, that you all probably hate, but I actually think it's super cool. Beezie is not totally convinced that it's super cool. Okay, that's all right. Okay, after we constructed that structure, then we proved what we called the truth lemma. So what this truth lemma is we proved it by induction, and it says that for any phi, M gamma S satisfies phi if and only if phi is an element of gamma. So what that means is that the formulas that are satisfied in our structure are exactly the formulas that are in gamma. Okay? And what that means, okay, maybe a little bit more explicitly, is M gamma S satisfies every single element of gamma. So all of them and only them, in fact. Okay, what that means is we have a structure that satisfies all of gamma. Okay, that's what the truth lemma shows. And then we have still, sigma is still a subset of gamma. So M gamma S satisfies every element of sigma. And because it satisfies all of gamma, it satisfies every element of the bigger set. It satisfies every element of the smaller set as well. Okay, but then we have a structure that satisfies everything in sigma, which means that sigma is satisfiable. So this set that we started out with is satisfiable. And that's it. So we started out with a consistent set, proved that it was satisfiable, and that is completeness. So probably what we should do is we should balance this up here, and we should have a treat. That's right, go and get yourself a snack. We're gonna have a snack. Well, this one isn't for me. Okay, we're gonna sit down, and then we're gonna have ourselves a snack. Congratulations, you proved completeness.